Here are today's top news stories and why they matter. Germany's conservative leader Friedrich Merz has been rejected as chancellor. This is the first time a chancellor in waiting has been rejected since World War II. Merz, who leads the CDU-CSU conservative bloc, was largely expected to be confirmed. So what happened? Earlier today, Germany's parliament, or Bundestag, met to elect the chancellor or leader of the government. The vote was expected to be smooth sailing for Friedrich Merz, whose conservative bloc and coalition partner together had 328 votes. So what's next? Merz still has a path to being elected chancellor, but that path has now become rockier. Initial reports said there would be a second vote held on Tuesday, but that is unlikely. According to German law, a second round of voting will be held. The Bundestag has 14 days to elect either Merz or another candidate to be chancellor. There is no limit to the number of possible ballots during this phase, although an absolute majority is always required. If the second round of voting also fails to produce a result, the election process enters a third phase, in which a new election must take place immediately. The person who receives the largest number of votes, or a simple majority, is then elected to be chancellor. A bodyguard for one of Uganda's opposition leaders, Bobi Wine, has been charged with aggravated robbery days after he was allegedly kidnapped by the head of the country's military. Last week, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who is also President Yoweri Museveni's son, confirmed that he had been holding Eddie Mutwe 5 days after his disappearance. Our correspondent Frank Yiga has been following this development and is here with the latest.
Edward Sebufu, commonly known as Eddie Mutwe, the personal bodyguard of Uganda's opposition leader Bobi Wine, has been remanded in Masaka prison with charges of robbery, assault and malicious damage of property. Eddie Mutwe went missing on April 27th following abduction by security operatives. Eddie's lawyer, Magdalena Kaziwe, accuses security operatives of torture and electrocution. Eddie Mutwe now joins Bobi Wine's other 3 bodyguards who were charged with similar crimes. Since the abductions and appearance in court, their cases are yet to be heard for sentencing. So what next? The Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Norbert Mao, together with human rights activists and opposition leaders, have condemned the government of using abduction and torture without following the laws. 9 supporters of Bobi Wine's National Unity Platform are staying held in Chitalia prison since their arrest in 2021. They are accused of unlawful possession of firearms.
Thanks, Frank. Multiple explosions and fires were reported in Port Sudan, the capital of Sudan, earlier today. The exact locations and causes of these incidents remain unclear as civil conflict continues to disrupt the previously quiet city for the 3rd consecutive day. Thick plumes of smoke were seen rising from the area surrounding the country's main maritime port, where hundreds of thousands of displaced individuals have taken refuge. These attacks, which began on Sunday, signify a significant escalation in fighting, especially since the Red Sea coastal city had previously been untouched by ground or air assaults until this week. The Rapid Support Forces, or RSF, have not claimed responsibility for the attacks. And that's it for today. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and comment on the stories we highlight on this channel, DWAfrica. My name is Michael Uti.